Today I'm going to show you how to read the basics of the weather report. Now these weather reports are provided through the Bureau of Meteorology and Air Services Australia, and so they're easy to obtain. The area we're interested in is Area 21, and that's clearly indicated at the top of the report. Now the first thing that we see is a timestamp, and that time is in Zulu, and so it's Greenwich Mean Time. So in order to understand when things are going to happen on this report, we've got to convert the time to local. So I'm going to start reading from the top, and I strongly encourage you to have a copy of the report in front of you, and you can pause this and print out a copy to read as well as reading it on the page. So this is an amended overview, and it wants to warn us about some changes in the weather. Isolated fogs on the slopes and ranges until 2400 Zulu, and it tells us where, in a line from Temora to Merimbula. So if you were to take a chart and draw a line across from Temora to Merimbula, you'd be able to see where this refers to. So isolated showers southwest of that line. Now we're told that there's a trough entering the far south, and it will come near Parkes, and a line from Parkes to Nowra at 0500 Zulu. It warns us that there are showers falling as snow on the ranges in the southwest above 4,500 feet. So all of this is an overview of the weather. Broken low cloud on the slopes and ranges. So there's a warning for pilots that are flying below 10,000 feet. So we're also warned about other conditions such as local bushfire smoke below 7,000 feet east of this line here, and you'd have to look that up on a chart. So the next thing we find in our forecast is always one of the things we're most interested in, the wind. So I want to know that, because if I'm flying low level below 10,000 feet, then I'm going to pick a level that suits the topography, so I miss the hills and the ranges. I'm also going to pick a level where the wind is most in my favour. So if I was travelling west from the general area of Canberra, then I'd be wanting to fly at an even altitude where the wind is not going to be too much against me, because the wind is coming from the west, 270. So I could either fly at 4,500 and know that the wind should be below 25 knots. Or, if I don't mind a stronger wind, 6,500, and the wind will be somewhere around the 30 to 35 knot headwind. Now that's pretty significant, because if I'm flying an indicated airspeed of 120 knots and I'm flying into a 30 knot headwind, then of course you can very quickly see that I'm only going to make about 90 knots ground speed, and that's going to be very important for my fuel consumption. There's some warnings about turbulence, etc. in various places, and then we get down to the next important thing, and that's a description of the cloud. Because the altitude that I fly at up here is also going to be determined by the cloud levels. So we've got isolated thunderstorms, cumulus, 3,000 to 16,000 feet, close to the coast. It's probably not going to worry me. We've got broken stratus, so it's broken, so you can see through it in patches, and so that probably means that it's about 5 octaves, 5/8 cloud. but it's low level, 1500 to 3000, sea and coast, in showers of rain, otherwise scattered near or within 60 nautical miles south of the trough. Okay, that's not going to bother me if I'm flying west from Canberra. Broken stratus 2 to 5 southwest of Wagga. Okay, I'm not flying down there, so that helps my decision making. Broken cloud in showers of rain. Also scattered cumulus 5,000 to 9,000 north of the trough. Now that could be of interest to me, but it's scattered. That means it's under 5 octaves, and so I'll be able to fly between it if I'm not flying IFR. Broken cumulus and stratocumulus 3,000 to 12,000. That's down near the coast and around the ranges. Okay, broken altocumulus and altostratus above 10,000. That's not going to bother me. So this is what I'm interested in, and I think that's not going to present a problem to me flying at 4,500 to 6,500 heading west. Right? I do need to watch out, however, amended weather, fog, showers of rain, snow showers. And so there's some amendments to visibility when I come across that. So I need to avoid rain and snow because I'll have very reduced visibility. This I need to know about, the freezing level. 6,000 feet to the south and 7,000 feet to the north, decreasing to 5,000 feet in the south and 7,000 feet in the north by 0500 Zulu. Okay, so I need to watch out for that. 6,000 feet is my freezing level, could go up, could come down. Anything above 5,000 feet is going to be dangerous. Icing, severe in around cumulus and thunderstorms, otherwise moderate in cloud above the freezing level. So I want to avoid cloud above the freezing level. I want to avoid any light moisture above 6,000 feet or above 5,000 in some instances. Now, this is important. Turbulence, severe around thunderstorms and cumulus, moderate in cumulus and altocumulus, moderate below 10,000 feet on the lee of the ranges. So west of the mountains, moderate turbulence below 10,000. Shouldn't be too bad. This is something we always look for, particularly if you're flying into Sydney from the west. Mount Victoria and Bowral are both critical localities, but we find that in this time frame from 0200, Cav OK. Now Cav OK means good visibility. Also 49s means good visibility. And we've got scattered cloud, cumulus and stratocumulus 7,000 feet. Now Bowral is lower, but it's also Cav OK and all the nines. So I won't have any trouble crossing the mountains. So I think that on this weather forecast I could fly from Canberra west without any trouble. Might have to fly around a few cloud banks, but I will have to punch into a strong headwind, so I need to prepare my fuel and my time accordingly. So that gives us a good overview of our weather. I want you to look through it and get used to what it looks like.